7 foods for improving Alzheimer's and dementia and fighting memory loss. In this video, I will introduce 7 foods that can slow down the process of dementia and Alzheimer's and improve these diseases. According to the teachings of an old and precious herbal medicine with a holistic and temperamental approach, the main cause of the brain diseases such as dementia, Alzheimer's, memory impairment and Parkinson's is the predominance of the phlegm temperament over the brain and memory. Phlegm means cold and wet temperament. For this reason, here, I introduce to you 7 food items recommended by this powerful medical system, which have useful properties in improving the function of the brain and memory, and because most of them are warm-tempered, they can overcome the coldness of the brain, as a result, gradually reverse the patient's condition. You can combine these foods in the diet of your Alzheimer's and dementia patient, in the raw and cooked form, and in the form of salads, soups, dishes, desserts, drinks, and see positive results after a while. I must mention that I managed to improve my grandmother suffering from dementia to a good extent, with these foods and some amazing herbal compounds. Number 1. Quinces. Quince is one of those useful fruits for functioning of the brain, and it is recommended to consume it in your daily meals. Use it in the form of thin dried pieces in warm drinks, and fresh in dishes, desserts, salads, and juices. It can also be dried in the form of medium-thick slices and used in your dishes in the seasons when this useful fruit is not available. Of course, in the seasons that they exist, be sure to consume the fresh ones, but never use them and also no other fruits and vegetables frozen. Sweet quince has a warm and wet nature, and its warmness is useful for dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia, which is caused by the coldness of the brain. Also, in the sources of this valuable medicine, the improving properties of this fruit for treating these diseases are mentioned. Number 2. Raisins. Be sure to use raisins in your meals, syrups, desserts, and sweets. Note that raisins should not be heated under high heat, and it is better to use them raw or soaked in lukewarm water. In the teachings of this precious herbal medicine, it is said that eating 21 raisins continuously each morning with empty stomach improves memory and brain function, and in addition to relieving phlegm, or in other words, cold and wet temperament, it also helps to resist some other diseases. The raisins recommended here are mostly dried red grapes with seeds. Number 3. Different types of pumpkins and squashes. Pumpkins, butternut squashes, green squashes, zucchinis, and other types of them, play an important role in improving Alzheimer's and dementia, and strengthening the brain and memory. They can be used fresh or dried or even as savoc in a variety of dishes, salads, breads, beverages, pastries, and desserts. A very useful and nutritious recipe for your patient can be a salad made from pumpkin, quince, and beet greens, or pumpkin soup with celery and again, beet leaves. Therefore, try to use this very useful plant in most of your dishes and recipes. Savoc is a type of flour made from roasted grains, legumes, or plants in which the quality of the food is maintained to the highest possible level. In this method, whole plant flour is roasted. Sometimes the outside of the grain and the inside, the bran and germ, are roasted separately and then mixed together. In the recipes for the treatment of Alzheimer's and dementia ebook, I have described how to prepare the squash or pumpkin savoc. I put the link of this ebook in the description of this video. Number 4. All-natural honey. Today, many people may know that all-natural honey has many nutritional and even therapeutic properties to improve and even cure most or all diseases. To improve dementia and Alzheimer's disease, we need food items with specific properties and mostly warm temperament, so consuming honey made with warm-tempered herbs such as thyme can be more useful for improving these diseases. A good combination to improve Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and memory loss can be the consumption of ginger and honey on a daily basis. Ginger's temperament is warm and dry, and it is a useful food for diseases caused by cold and wet temperament, such as Alzheimer's and dementia, but be careful that its consumption is limited for warm-tempered people and it can worsen the diseases caused by the warm and mostly dry temperament and also increase the inner heat of the internal organs such as the liver. Use 100% natural honey in your herbal teas and drinks as a sweetener. You can use this miraculous food in many of your dishes and recipes, for example in sauces and salad dressings. Number 5. Beet leaves. Beet leaves are ranked as a superfood and they are very useful for brain diseases such as dementia, neurological problems, and also many other diseases. Just be sure to only consume the leaves of the beet plant and do not use its roots and even its stems. Contrary to popular belief, red or white or yellow beetroots, which we use them in many of our dishes and salads, are harmful and cause the melancholic or black bile temperament to prevail, which is in fact the cold and dry temperament. You can make omelette or frittata with this miraculous and nutritious vegetable, or use it in your meals along with beans and other useful food items, or make your pesto sauce with plenty of these amazing leaves. Number 6. Celery. Celery is also another recommended food for the improvement and treatment of Alzheimer's and dementia. According to the teachings of our very powerful medical system which I talked about before, this plant is effective in improving the brain ability and memory power, intelligence, and decision-making. A good mix of celery with other introduced food items can be again a nutritious salad, or a stew, or pesto sauce or other nourishing dressings. Number 7. All-natural vinegar. All-natural vinegar is a vinegar that there is no use of any artificial ingredients in its preparation and the production process of it is completely natural. It first turns into wine and then vinegar. This highly effective and highly recommended food item, in addition to its numerous properties, has positive and beneficial effects on improving dementia and strengthening the brain and memory function. It is recommended to finish eating by drinking a relatively small amount of all-natural vinegar, preferably grape vinegar, along with some 100% natural olive oil, 1 spoon of vinegar with 2 spoons of olive oil. Try to use the combination of vinegar and honey on a daily basis in the diet of Alzheimer's and dementia patients. You can also use this miraculous liquid in your sauces, stocks, and broths, and it is a great choice to use it in soups, potages, stews, and other dishes that you cook for these patients. In the article named, All-Natural Vinegar for Alzheimer's and Dementia Treatment and Improving Memory Loss, I have explained the positive effects of natural vinegar on the improvement of Alzheimer's and dementia and also referred to some articles and resources in this regard. You can find the link to this article in the video description. For getting more information about herbs and foods that are useful for improving and treating Alzheimer's and dementia, visit my website. I am a researcher and writer and my wish for all people in the world is healthy souls in healthy bodies.